Western Conference semis are set. Golden State Warriors going head-to-head with the Utah Jazz. First, I want to take time out to say, for the Los Angeles Clippers, even though you don't necessarily feel for them, you got to feel for them in this regard. Every single time they're supposed to make a run, they're supposed to be the team to beat, they get an injury bug. Chris Paul broke his hand, they lost to the Blazers. You know, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul got injured, I believe, in that series. So you got to feel for them, but Utah took advantage. That's that. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes. Golden State against Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz, in order for them to win this series, they have to make Golden State Warriors play their pace. Now, during the regular season, the Utah Jazz were almost dead last in pace. They have a very slow pace. They're very methodical. They run the pick and roll game in a certain way. Everything is just very methodical, slowed down. You know, they try to acquiesce to Rudy Gobert, and they try to play through Derek Favors coming off the bench. So they use a lot of big post action, and they do a lot of screening for Hayward to get him open and things of that nature. So they're going to have to get Golden State to play that slow pace, slow the game down, pick and roll it to death, crash the offensive glass, and make it a slow game to make it interesting. Now on Golden State's end, they've had a ton of rest, just like Cleveland Cavaliers, and they've been able to watch both series, been able to watch the series and see, hey, what do the Clippers do potentially if we had to play them? And now they've been able to see what do the Utah Jazz do. They know that they don't want to play that slow pace. They know that in order for them to win the series, they have to box out all the time, and they have to be sound defensively. You're looking at a Utah Jazz team that is very sound defensively, and I believe they were ranked top 10 in defense. So that's going to be something that the Golden State Warriors have to figure out. And also, they can't turn the ball over. They cannot turn the ball over at all whatsoever. They have to make sure they take care of the ball and don't let Utah get into any transition. And that's the same thing for the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz cannot allow the Golden State Warriors to get in any kind of transition, because that's where the Golden State Warriors kill you. But it's all going to boil down to pace. Pace, pace, pace. Pace is going to make the series. If they play slow, it favors Utah. If they play fast, it's going to favor the Golden State Warriors. You know, Golden State, as soon as you hit a basket, they're right down, and you know they're going for the three-point shot or they're going for a layup. So the pace is going to be key. I think that the Golden State Warriors have kind of found something from three. They've been draining threes left and right, and it's going to be up to the Utah Jazz to try to keep up. George Hill, you're going to need to protect the ball. We know at times George Hill can be a turnover machine, and they're going to have to go through Joe Johnson at times to create scoring for them, because the Golden State Warriors don't have a scoring problem. Utah Jazz, they do. And they only win games when they're keeping teams under 100. The one game they won against Golden State, they kept Golden State to 99. Pace, 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 once again, I'm going to say it again, is key. How Durant plays is going to be another factor. Maybe the Utah Jazz can punish Golden State inside, because if Durant's playing weak, he doesn't play sporadic minutes, then that means there's going to be an opportunity for Utah's bigs to get in there and wreak havoc. Because Durant is essentially their best rebounder and best shot blocker. So that's going to be really interesting. Another interesting factor is Rudy Gobert and his health, because you saw against the Clippers, he got injured. Fortunately, the Utah Jazz were able to overcome that series in 7 grueling games. But when you're playing against a Golden State team, they're going to take advantage of that injury, put him in a pick and roll, get him in foul trouble, wear him down early and often. When I'm looking at the series, I'm looking at both teams, looking at everything, at the landscape, and looking just how they both have played. Utah has come out of a 7-game grueling series. Golden State has been rested. Utah sometimes struggles to find offense. Golden State does not. Utah has somewhat of three-point shooters. Golden State has a ton of three-point shooters. Utah has dealing with some kind of injury to their star player, while Golden State is dealing with a minor injury. So Utah's injury is a little bit more major as opposed to Golden State's was minor in terms of Kevin Durant's calf. You got to go with the favorites. You got to go with the Warriors. I'm going to go with the Warriors in 5 games. I believe that the Utah Jazz can win one game if they kind of sneak up on the Golden State Warriors. If they like start playing at slow pace, or if Golden State goes up 20 and then all of a sudden the game slows down and then it favors Utah's pace and slowly let them climb in it. And that Utah had over Golden State, Klay Thompson didn't play, and another I think David West didn't play. So a couple guys didn't dress. You're going up against 100% healthy. Well, I'll say 95% healthy Golden State Warriors team, as opposed to the Clippers team you just played, which was like at 80%. So this is a different ball game, different team, and the Warriors are hungry. They're here to prove a point, make a statement in the playoffs. So I got Golden State Warriors in 5 games. Possibly could be a sweep, but I give Quinn Snyder and the Utah Jazz more respect, and their defense is too good. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.